I need to know how to write a news story and I need to know now. Can you help me? I don't want to end up like Jason Blair.
Sure, no problem. For a little cartoon character, I'm an excellent journalist. You have to make sure you answer these questions. Who? What? When? Where? Why? And how? But there's more.
All that hurts my brain. I'm not used to doing this much thinking. My role model is the former governor of Alaska.
Get over it. Unless you get it right, you will end up working for Fox News. Here we go. First of all, does your story make sense? Does it actually tell a story, and is it grammatically correct?
I hate grammar.
Have you checked the punctuation and spelling?
I hate punctuation.
Everyone hates those things, but you need them or nothing makes sense. Does it comply with Associated Press style? And if you read your story out loud, does it sound awkward or clunky? This is important.
Why do I have to use Associated Press style?
No one really knows, but everyone uses it. It is even used on the internet. It is sort of like eating chicken soup for a cold.
That's comforting.
Cut the sarcasm. Do you want my help or not? You are starting to sound like Chris Matthews.
Of course I do. Somebody needs a nap.
Now then, you have to make sure your work is not redundant. Not redundant. Don't write things like, true fact. What other type of fact is there?
I get it. But what is the most important part of the story?
That would be the lead. The first paragraph. If they don't get hooked there, you lose the reader. You must put the most important part of the story first. Otherwise you are a dumbass.
How can I make the story more colorful?
A good way to do that is by using direct quotes. Direct quotes allow your subject to speak directly to the reader, but only use them if they are not jargon. Politicians, for example, tend to bullshit a lot.
I hate politicians.
That reminds me. Keep yourself out of the story, let your sources speak for themselves. Never use I. You are not the story. The only person allowed to do that was Hunter Thompson, and he is dead.
Can I make things up?
No. You can never make things up. You must always let your reader know where you got your information. It's called attributing your sources. This is very important. In fact, you should check everything. If you are accurate, people will trust you.
This seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it is meaningful. If you want to cut corners, you can work for the National Enquirer.
I get it. Thank you. Now I know enough to work for the New York Times, or at least the Daily Show.